So to start our day on this beautiful Saturday in North Iowa, we had a bachelor's party to go to. And this bachelor party was none other than, everybody that's watching, you should probably know who Miley is. Miles, okay? He's getting married here this month, and we were going to take him down, go golfing, do some other things you might do in a bachelor party down in Des Moines, Iowa. Well, we get everything ready. We've got clothes packed to stay the night. We've got golf clubs and everything. And we get a phone call from our guy Luke, who, shout out Thug Life Cattle Company. But what did that phone call say, Jimmer?
This is at 6:56 a.m. Now, mind you, we're supposed to meet at 7 to 7:15 at one Rio's place. And this text said, hey, gonna have to cancel. Miles ended up with COVID.
And our buddy TK, another going member of the bachelor party.
Yes, so TK got it first. And then there's some discrepancy in what Miles did, whether he went over to his house or vice versa. And
Had a COVID party.
Had a COVID party, evidently. And ended up doing that. And we had everything packed, ready to go.
Yeah. Everything packed,
so we're standing
ready to
there.
go. And it sounds like we're going to shut this thing down. We're going to have a nice Saturday morning golfing in North Iowa. And, I was just like, you know what, guys? We have this tee time set already. Why don't we just flow down a quick 2-hour jaunt, if that, play our tee time and come back? Like, no, not a big deal,
It
right?
made sense.
It made sense at that point. Like,
actually,
hey,
it wasn't.
right,
It did make sense because you were talking how busy Memorial Day weekend comes, like especially the golf courses. We have a time set to go play
We have
golf.
a time for 18 holes. We don't have to worry about playing 9, and then these courses up here 9. Me and our buddy Joey have golf 9 before, and then by the time we made the loop in the morning, like we had to wait almost half an hour just to tee off again.
Now, with all that said, our guy Luke had the tee time set up. He had actually called and left a message at said golf course to say, hey, cancel these 2 different tee times.
Yeah.
So what did we do?
We called them and we were like, hey, reschedule those tee times.
Reschedule that. Like, leave them there.
Yeah.
Don't take them off. He also had to make a phone call to the hotels, which this will be a part of the story going on at some point, too. Not what happened at the hotel, but that he had to argue with them about getting his money back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, because we were canceling the hotels.
We're canceling the hotels, but it was after 24 hours, and there's this, that, and the other, right?
Yep.
So we get down, we start going, and then the drinks start coming. Now, not drinks like normal, like we had beers, whatever. That's what it was going to be. But then
somebody sent shots.
Somebody sent shots over to our group.
And this wasn't even 11 a.m., okay?
No. This is, So I think it was at least 1 or 2 of them in. And Rio's like, hey, I either got to stop drinking altogether or we'd have to figure something out. Danny's very quick reflex answer to that is, why don't we just stay?
We already have the hotels. Luke's struggling to get them canceled.
Absolutely.
Right.
He's like,
we're just rocking and rolling.
We're going to stay. He can have a good time. We can do our Uber thing.
Yeah.
And after Joey would drive us because he wasn't drinking. And so we call over to Luke, like, hey, go ahead and get on the phone. They were down. He was down. He's like, hell yeah.
He's like, fuck it.
Because we had plans to go see the ponies at Prairie Meadows.
We're going to go bedding, see the ponies, bet on some race horses and all that kind of good stuff.
Yep.
So, yeah, this turned into a, hey, bad news bears. We're going to stay in North Iowa, just hang out. Cool. So, next thing we'll know, we're hammered on a golf course like, hey, we're staying the night.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly how that went. But so we'll leave it with this part of the makes sense if you don't think about it. We'll break off right here, and that is that while Luke was on the phone with the hotel, so he called the hotel again. You remember the same hotel that sat there and told him he couldn't get rid of him and he wasn't getting reimbursed and blah, blah, blah. What happened there?
Well, so Luke wanted to go ahead and keep the rooms.
Yep.
He's like, listen, if I'm going to have to pay for them, we're just going to go ahead and stay, yada, yada. And they're, well, we might have actually already given those rooms out. And so he's like, hold on. But you told me I couldn't get my money back. So I'm like, what's going to happen here? And then the lady had to get a manager on and talk to him. And long story short, they finally said, "Oh, okay, yeah, we'll go ahead and give you your money back." Since
They gave the rooms away.
fucking
Since they gave the rooms away, and they weren't going to tell him.
Right.
They were not. If he wouldn't have called and said, you know what, if he wouldn't have done that and be like, hey, we're going to take those rooms, they were going to send those rooms out. Double down, leave, and keep the money because you're inside the 24 hours.
Yep.
And Luke's like, well, hell no, get him the fuck out of my room then.
Yeah.
Like, I already paid for him. You're not giving me my money back. Get it out. I'm like, that's some shady ass shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, damn. So
tune in Wednesday for part 2.
Part 2.
Because shit gets real.
It gets
Shit
real.
gets, the real, I don't know. Shit gets weird.
It gets weird.
Got weird on the Miles-less bachelor party.
Right.
The
But hey,
Miles' bachelor party.
shout out Miles because this is all set up for you.
Yeah, it was set up for you.
Sorry you couldn't be there,
So,
but
but appreciate you. We had a good time.
Appreciate you,
In
but
memory
it
of you.
does get weird. What was make sense if you don't think about it? What's the moral?
More of the story? Shit, I don't know.
Just don't. You know what? I got one. Don't trust what somebody is telling you. Like, and what I mean by that is like the hotel people. Like you sit there and keep hammering, and then you know what? You tell them you're going to show up in. I'm telling you, if you feel like you're going to get stuck with the bill, tell them you're going to show up. They can't give the room away. Don't let them double down on that shit if they're not going to give you your money back.
There you go.
There's that one.
Oh.
But stay tuned in for the next.
Also, if you're planning on going to a bachelor party for yourself, maybe stay away from people that have COVID. Right? Is that
Yes.
fair?
I think that's more than
Is
fair.
that too much to ask, do you think?
No, I don't think that's too much
We love
to
you,
ask.
Miles.
Love you, Miles. But next time, say fuck you to Tyler. I mean, it's pretty easy. It's like, no, bro, I literally have a party to go to. That is in honor of me.
Yes.
You know,
That was all
you
for you,
are
bro.
the honorary guest.
Yes, correct.
That was all for you, Bert. You know what? We're going to... Does he work this week? Oh, no, he probably doesn't.
No, he's got COVID.
Never mind.
He's got the bid.
See how he's feeling Wednesday. He might have to listen to the rest of the story on Wednesday. But you definitely want to tune in because shit got real weird on Saturday night.